Oh yeah, that's some solid soil too.
Yeah, it was. Well, they took all the rubble and they put it back on top of it, so
Yes,
you
sir.
had to get down through all of that.
Right. Okay.
I know the wife said something about riser kit to put on here.
Yes, sir. We do install risers. I would highly recommend on this. That way you don't have to dig it up again.
Yeah, that's what we. That's what.
So
how much would that be for the?
I'll get my measurements here in a second, and then I'll write up a quote for y'all. Okay. And I mean, the hard part's out of the way, the digging.
Yeah.
So that'll cut down on it a lot.
Yeah, that's.
But it'll definitely come in handy. And then also too, if anything were to happen, 9 times out of 10 it clogs right here on that inlet coming in. Right. It's like a sanitary tee that dips down into the tank.
Right.
And that scum just builds up so thick. So if you had risers, you'd just be able to pop it open and kind of stir it up a little bit to buy you some time. That way it doesn't start backing up in the home. So I'll get my hoses out and I'll pop this up. I'll get it ready before I pop it open, because sometimes it might be under a little pressure, you know, and I don't want a poop volcano coming out.
Neither do I.
All right, I'll get to it, sir.
Okay.
So I messed up and left my GoPro on the other truck. So this is on my iPhone, but we've got this tank here buried right around 2 feet. Customer had his sons help him out dig this up, so that got the hard part out of the way. And I believe we're going to go ahead and install risers on this one. So I'm going to take measurements and see what all we're going to need. So we've got the outlet side lid sitting right above 21 inches. And then here we have the inlet, and that is right at about 22. Right about 22. So we'll make sure and get those parts. That way we can put these risers in and won't have to dig up all this ever again. I believe the scum layer is so thick, I think the customer said it's been right over 20 years. This thing hasn't been touched. So usually what happens is the scum layer gets really thick, the sludge layer at the bottom gets really thick, and they eventually start meeting right in the middle underneath the inlet pipe, and that'll cause an inlet clog. Now most of these unclogs you see me do, like on Money Shot Monday, that's right in the inlet, and I guarantee once I open it, that inlet is going to be filled with poo. So let me get these hoses out and we'll take a look. Not so fast.
Yeah. Spoke too soon.
So the water level being that high, it's kind of indicating to me that it's not exiting the tank the way it should.
Yeah.
Now, the way these work is that top layer should be right where that fitting is. So you see that white pipe turns green. So the water level should be right there, and it was all the way coming to the top. So hopefully what it is when I pop this open, if it's just as thick as this, hopefully it's just an issue where it's so thick it's not wanting to exit the pipe.
Right. not a leach field problem.
And not a leach field issue. So that's what we're hoping for right now.
Yes, we are. Because that's pretty thick there.
Yes, sir.
So if it's just as thick across the...
And you can see it is pretty thick.
Yeah, it looks like we got, yeah.
Yeah, so
This has clogged up everything there.
yes, sir. This side's supposed to be mostly water with like a slight scum layer.
Yeah.
And that's just a lot of...
Okay, well that means hopefully that the leach field is still, it's just, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Guess it's time to get that thing cleaned out.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna mix everything up since it's so thick. I got that big blender over there. That'll make it easier to pump out, and make sure I don't leave a bunch of this at the bottom around the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the rock just grows in the soil here.
Well, that's all this is all this limestone outcropping here.
Yes, sir.
It's not a hill. You have to figure out that this rock has been here for a long time.
Right.
Contractor that I got there before they laid the foundation, I'd have a basement. He just kind of looked at me. You couldn't go through that rock. I said, I'd pay to leave for a few days and come back and all you do is dig out rubble.
Oh,
A few charges down there.
right. Believe it or not, that's how back in the day they would put in septic systems.
Yeah.
Probably like in the 50s. Yep, they
Some
just...
places you got to. Like I said, when you're down here and all it is just slabs and slabs of limestone. And
we'll have that basement.
the back of the house is on 4 feet of fill. So that's, you know, it's only 4 feet of the back of the house. It's only 4 feet above the ground.
Yes, sir.
So,
We got that one all knocked out. Customer thankfully had it dug up, and that soil was tough. He was telling me that when they installed it, they had to go ahead and bring in the hammer on the backhoe just to drill down deep enough, get rid of that limestone so they could dig and put the tank in. So glad they were able to dig it up, give them a quote on risers. I think he's going to go ahead and get those installed. That way in the future they won't have to dig it up again. And there were some signs that worried me. Of course, the overflowing from the inlet side lid. Anytime you open up a septic tank and water just starts gushing out through the inlet, it's telling you it's not able to drain to the outlet side. Now, we're hoping it's just because it was so thick, that mix of scum and sludge, that it wasn't able to exit the tank and enter the drain field. But I did kind of run a test and ran a garden hose through the outlet, and I could see water starting to flow back. So there could be an issue with the drain field, so we'll give it some time to fill back up and see if it's the same occurrence with just water. But anyways, as always, I appreciate y'all watching the video. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, click that like button, it really helps us out. And y'all have a good one. Smells like money.